Your bass guitar is the foundation of your song. That's why in this video, I'm going to show you how to craft your bass tone and then put it into a mix. So first I want to start by showing you what my bass guitar sounds like inside of a full mix. And this is the bass soloed. So let's just run through how I make up my tone. So first of all, what I want to do is I want to record all my bass tracks on two separate tracks, one for the high and one for low. And what these mean is I'm using the high for just the highs of the EQ and the low just for the lows of the frequencies of the bass. So basically what that means is when I'm recording bass, I'm arming both of these at the same time. So first let's go into guitar low. First of all, what I start off with is obviously a DI, and then I want to get a low shelf at around 100 to 140 hertz. That just helps cut off all the high frequencies that we don't want, and so we can have the bass have a really nice thick low end. And to top it off, we want to use a compressor to even out all the peaks. That just helps to thicken it up a little bit more. And then the last thing I do is I just add saturation. Just by having these three simple plugins on your bass guitar low end will help your low end in your mix so much. Next thing I do is on guitar high, I want to use an EQ and I want to cut anything below 350 hertz. So just by having these two EQs on both the guitar high and guitar low, it automatically eliminates a lot of problem areas. So after I put an EQ, the next thing I do is I just bring in any type of amp sim. As long as it's just like a medium gain amp, that works pretty well. I typically like to avoid high gain amps or just using a lot of gain in general when I'm crafting my tone for my bass. So these settings are pretty basic. It's just the gain isn't very much cranked, or else you're going to get like way too snarly for my taste at least. I have a little bit of overdrive going on and then just a basic cab settings. And this is what it sounds like with the amp. As you can see, it's not doing very much. It's just adding a little bit more aggression. Now, if I play both of these at the same time, this is what it sounds like. And that's how I craft the bass tone to begin with. But of course, we can't just have this sit in the mix like this, because that sounds like trash, right? So now we need to learn how to actually fit it in the mix. So this is how I approach it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to limit it. The only reason why I'm using a limiter is basically just for balancing it. I'm just setting the threshold just so it catches the peaks on the limiter, and then I'm using the brick wall just to bring in the volume. It just brings in the volume of the bass, that's it. As you can probably hear, that's pretty messy, so we're going to clean it up with some EQ. What I do is I just take a little bit out the low end subs, take some out the high end so it doesn't clash with the guitars, and then I took out some problem frequencies that are kind of like in the boxy range, around 300 or 500. Here, that helps it clean up just a little bit. Then I add a compressor just to glue the tone a little bit more. The last thing I do is I just put max bass on here. And max bass is a really helpful plugin, especially for your bass guitar, just to give your low end just a little bit more beef. Right here I have it on 55 on the frequency, and then I'm just bringing it up just a little bit, and this is what it's like on and off. It's just barely noticeable, but it does make a difference in the overall low end of your mix. And then this is what it sounds like all together. So now that you got a deep dive on how to craft a bass tone and also how to sit it in your mix, let me know if it helped you out by dropping a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, in the comments, let me know what is your strategy. I'd like to also hear that as well. And just before I end this video, I did just launch my producing, mixing, and mastering services. You can go down in the description right below there. Go to my website and you can check it out. Your first project's free. So if you're interested, just hit me up there. And of course, if this video helped you out and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.